To many people's surprise, fishing is actually one of the best gold farms in Guild Wars 2. And today I want to explain everything you need to know about fishing and how to make the most gold with it. So I will go over the most basic things about fishing first. So if you already know about fishing, be sure to skip to the part where I explain the best gold farming methods. But now let's start with how can you unlock fishing. So to do fishing in Guild Wars 2, you need the End of Dragons expansion and you need to complete the first story chapter of this. And then you will unlock the ability to get the fishing mastery. Fishing mastery you can see here in your mastery window. There are multiple ones, and as soon as you get all of them, you will get all the benefits that you should get before you can make a lot of gold. So let's start by how can you start fishing. Fishing is very easy accessible. Either you go here by this and right click this short small button and you can go here, this one is fishing. You can also assign a special keybind to this. The default keybind for fishing is J. Looks like a lure. And you can change that, of course, if you want in the settings. And as soon as you do this, you equip the lure and the bait and stuff. Guild Wars 2 has 3 different things that you have to equip to do fishing. First of all, the fishing rod, which you can purchase once, and then you have it. That's not changing at all. It's always the same. Then you need a bait and a lure. All of the 3 together will give you fishing power. And the fishing power changes how hard it is to get a fish when you see the sign to catch one. So that means that the bar that you see is either smaller or bigger. That helps a lot, especially with the harder to catch fish. Otherwise it will get really difficult if they move too fast. It's also indicated by the red, yellow or green signs respectively how hard they are to catch. So there are also the fishing achievements you can see here that are requiring you to get fish of a special holes with special baits and time of day. That's always important. It's always the combination of all of those 3. So where do you fish? What kind of bait do you use? And at what time of the day you fish? And together you get then the fish that is in the drop pool. There are multiple fish in there. You will always get one of them. And depending on how lucky you are, you will get more valuable ones or not. But you can also affect this with the fishing power that I showed previously. So fishing power is not only increasing how easy it is for you to catch the fish, but it's also increasing the rarity of the fish that you catch. So you will always want to do this and put this as the highest possible amount. You can see here on screen how you can maximize this fishing power, which is really important to do so because it will not only increase the chance to get rare fish, but also on average increase the gold amount you get, of course, because of that. Regarding the achievements, there are so-called area-specific achievements. If you get all of the fish in one achievement, you will unlock the avid fisher achievement and you will then can do it endlessly to get some more rewards of it. But for the gold farming method, it's not important that you complete those achievements. It's just something for the completionists out there. Guild Wars 2 has 3 times of the day, so it's either day, night, or dusk or dawn. Dusk or dawn are the middle parts between when day swaps to night or night swaps to day. In terms of fishing, they are considered day and night. But there are some fish that require you to fish at dusk or at dawn. So those times are really small. It's only 5 minutes each. And so you should be aware of that. But like I said, you don't need to complete the achievements to get the gold. So how can you get all the baits and lures? So there are those fishing suppliers where you can buy lure. I would always go for the highest one with the highest fishing power. And then there are different vendors where you can get the jars of freshwater minnows, for example. But there are various types of bait. Not all of them can be bought here. Depends where you are and where you get the stuff from. You can stack them in the inventory like I do here and use them when I need them. But for our gold farming method, you only need 2 different ones. We will get to that in the next chapter. I would also recommend to always stack up some more lures so that when they run out that you can get new ones. Important to note for the fishing power is that you also need to use food. I would go for the whitefish sushi one because it's the best fishing power that you can get and it's the cheapest one. Regarding the fishing masteries, it's really, they all give you just more base fishing power, but very important one is here, fishing on a full tank. You get 100 bonus fishing power while you have a food. So you not only get the food buff, but also 100 more. Then you can get more fishing power by continuously fishing on the same skiff or with a lot of people on your skiff in your group that will also increase the buff. You can also increase it with this Zephyrite fish jerky. If you use this, you will get instantly 25 more fish caught, so to say, which then grants you more fishing power and therefore higher chance of catching a rare fish and also making it possibly easier to catch the fish. So that's really, really good. Even if you're solo, use those things to instantly get up to the highest power level, which is 99 fish caught, and then you get the fishing power increase. Really important to make even more gold with it. When it comes to optimizing profit with the fishing, of course, not only choosing the correct map and time is important, but also that you always have the maximum fishing power. You can see here on screen, again, how to get the maximum fishing power. I would always recommend to do so, as well as going for the maximum fishing party buff. So to get the highest amount of fishing power, to get the highest possibility to get the rare fish that give you the most gold. If you catch fish that are really rare, like legendary, ascended, or sometimes even exotic fish, will give you a chunk of ambergris when you use them. But you will also get the lower tier of fish fillet, which you can then upgrade here at those vendors, at the fishmongers, to get even more chunk of ambergris in the end. Be aware, don't use your rare fish, save them up and use them for the daily. There's always one daily catch that you can turn in for 1 ambergris, which is really good because that helps you consistently getting ambergris just by turning in rare fish that normally would not be worth a lot. So now to which area you should go for. The first one is Straits of Devastation. In Straits of Devastation you should go to when it's nighttime. And you should use sardines. And if you consistently farm there, you will get 32 gold per hour. On average, of course, because if you go with the highest fishing buffs, there is still RNG involved. So sometimes you get more, sometimes you get less legendary fish, and therefore more gold. Those numbers are by the Fast Farming community, so credits to them. Thanks for having such a nice website. Be sure to check it out in the description. And then, if you want to make even more gold, you should do so in the daytime, not the nighttime. Because in the daytime, you can go to the corner map, Domain of Corner, where you then use scorpions and get 50 gold per hour on average if you farm there consistently. Again, RNG is still there, but it's really, really good. By the way, it costs no gold to subscribe to my channel, and if you do, you will probably make more gold in the future by never missing out on the latest tips, tricks and guides for making gold and other interesting Guild Wars 2 stuff. So on night you should always swap to Straits of Devastation, while on day you should be on Domain of Corner. If you now consistently farm on Corner, you get 50 gold, but then you have some breaks in between. If you want to permanently farm gold without caring for the time, you should swap around, and that decreases the amount of gold per hour you can get to about 44 gold per hour, because the nighttime is shorter than the daytime in Guild Wars 2, at least in Forteria. And now some special high-end tips that I can show you. It's really important to get on your skiff and stay on your skiff the whole time, but there is a short lenience where you can still go off the skiff without losing the fishing party buff. And that's usable in a way that you can easily move even faster and more controlled with using the skimmer. And then re-summoning the skiff shortly before it runs out, so that you can use permanently the fishing party buff and still be really fast on the map. Be sure to use that to maximize your gold. And the second very important tip is you can use crafting boosters or item boosters nowadays that will give you 33% chance of extra gathering strike. What does that mean for fishing? It means that you will get an extra fish when you use it. Really, really good, because then you can get from one fishing hole 6 fish. So that on average increases your gold by a lot. So you should always try to use this. Of course, if you want to min-max even more, you can go for experience boosters to make sure that you get more experience and more spirit shards, which you then can also convert into gold. You might ask where you can get this. item boosters. It doesn't need to be the rare one, it can also be the green one here, which will also give you 33% chance of extra guarding strike, and you can get it for 1 laurel at every laurel vendor. Really, really good. I would always go for that. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more gold guides, more content like this about Guild Wars 2, be sure to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.